To the number one Valorant podcast on the internet. I am, of course, Coulter Fair, aka Astro. There may be a name change coming up, but we'll get into it. I'm joined once again, per usual, as my good with my good friend Rogan Prescott. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. Coulter, so previous episode,
just shot out of here.
You said you weren't going to pull that intro out. I thought we were done with that.
Well,
and
I think everyone thought I was done with that. I even thought I was done with that.
Was it the backlash that made you bring it back?
Well, it's just all the peasants were clamoring for more, right? And so as their king, I had to deliver, right? Every once in a blue moon, you got to deliver. Obviously, you wouldn't know how that feels because you never give the people what they want. But as for me, I listen to the squandering of the lower class, right? That's the difference between you and I. So,
oh, I don't want to ruin the glory that you have.
Well, guys, I'm a mess. I sipped some coffee out of the straw, and it literally just, dude, it squirted from both sides of the straw, dude. Like, I don't know what that's about. Rogan, what is this fine episode about, dude? I believe it's episode 38.
37. 37. That's all right.
Be 38, dude. It's got to be 38. Let me check the pod. Let me check the Spotify, right?
Well, at least I know.
Off.
At least I know.
You're off, dude.
Coulter, we are going to be covering the topic suggestions from the peasants who have been screaming in the Discord. We've kind of noticed that has been left in the dust. We have some old messages in there that we haven't covered, so we're going to run through them pretty quick. And then if we have more time after that and we aren't and we haven't fallen off the cliff that everyone knows so well, we will we'll cover Sova. And okay,
that literally the first time that I've heard those words come out of your mouth. Dude,
what's a good surprise, man? Come on. Hey,
like,
let's start it off. Hey, let's start it off. What are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on a cold one this evening, right? It's 92 degrees both outside and in my room. There's no difference between me sitting in this gaming chair and me just sitting in the beating sun, right? Because I can't pay for the power to run an AC unit in here. So I'm sweaty. And so I got this cold drink. It's from Dutch Bros. It's a blended drink. And it's just straight sugar, right? I got what you told me to get. This is a Golden Eagle with double the soft top on it. So I'm not really sure what that means. It's really sweet. It's on the sweet side for me, right? I'm usually on I'm more of a man and less of a teenage girl, so I tend to lean on the the black coffee side of things. So this is a little sweet, but it's fine. I feel a little jittery.
Oh wow, that sugar's already hitting you?
Well, I can't tell if it's just the overall blendage of this evening and me not knowing what's going on until we're literally in the pod, or if it's the drink itself. I think we're looking at a combination.
Nice. That's good.
It is episode 37, by the way. So
well, I kind of knew that. So
glad one of us knows what's going on.
Good thing you're clarifying that.
What are you drinking, dude? What do we got?
Well, dude, I did not make the run to Dutch Bros, and I think it is like that big reason Guys, the Dutch Bros drinks, they're so sweet. Like if you get even like half sweet, it's still like a lot of sugar in there.
Yeah.
And when I get a lot of sugar, I kind of get like jittery, and then I crash pretty hard afterwards. So
You're a sugar crasher?
yeah, I don't really do well with it. So I made my own hot drink this time with the good old white chocolate Taj Mahal flavoring, and it's quite nice. I kind of I've missed it. It's hard drinking a hot coffee in this weather,
Yeah.
but
It
I
is.
think I had to run it. So we're running this. So Coulter, I trimmed up my stash, and I'm looking at it right now. And for the podcast listeners, just think of like Hitler's stash, but inverted. There is a fat patch right in the middle, and it just there's nothing grows there. It's like, what is that? Look at that gap. What is that? What is that?
Dude. That
and it's
gap
just
is like, it's like the size of your nose.
I know.
And
And
that thing was looking nasty. Did you put some mascara on it tonight? It's
I
looking a little
did.
dark.
Well, hey. If I don't, then it's not there, okay? And now if I don't trim it up, spruce it up, someone's gonna think I shaved it. So what else do I do?
I hope that you don't put that mascara on a daily basis.
Oh, I go to work with this bad boy on, with this caterpillar.
You are absolutely disgusting. hey, you know what? For everyone that's listening and or watching, if you can't grow a normal, regular mustache without putting mascara in it, right? If you can't do it, then it's just not for you. Just don't do it. Right? Just don't have a mustache if you're putting mascara on
Dude,
that bad boy every day.
I
your
hate
mom's
it.
mascara? Don't tell me you raided your mom's bathroom.
No, it's your girlfriend's mascara, obviously.
Oh my god.
So
gosh,
get
dude.
Slammed.
That is
I tried
absolutely
Sharpie, but then I just Sharpied on my entire face, and I couldn't get it off.
Well, yeah.
Okay, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm growing out the mullet. And that's the only reason. Because I already look nasty at work anyways, so it's like, how worse can I get? I mean, I can get... this thing looks... Yeah, it's nasty.
If you
the mullet isn't even comparable to this.
Dude, if you had the stash like in that form, looking that stout every day, like I couldn't do it, dude. There's no way. Look at yourself, dude.
I have to.
You look like an absolute dirty man.
Yeah, I know. Pretty filthy. Coulter, announcements, dude. Do you want to start it off?
Sure, man. I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't know what has happened this week. It's felt like a complete blast, right? It feels like I just went through a time portal. Unlike last week, we were saying it kind of felt like a long time since we were doing the pod. This week, it literally feels like I just opened my eyes and we were doing the pod again. Because that's how much of a blur, that's how much of a blender I've been in.
Wow.
I mean, and why, you ask? Like, what's the cause of the time warp? I actually don't know. I think we went to your brother's place over the weekend, and that obviously started on Friday, and so that was kind of a big deal. That, like, whenever my weekend is ripped from me, whether that's in a good way or a bad way, it really shortens up my week. You know what I'm saying? Because like you could count on one hand the hours that I have to myself, and so the weekend is part of those hours.
Well,
and so when that's slapped, then I feel it. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I agree with you, dude. Because like especially like going on short trips too, like over the valley. It's you don't have that time, and like from Friday to Sunday, you get back and then you're working the next day. It feels like it's only one day has gone by. Yeah, it's like the whole weekend. So
I've been feeling a little bit that way. I had an okay, fairly awful stream on Friday. For those of
Nice.
you that were there, I kept losing internet connection. So I'm not really sure what that's about. You're the IT guy. You didn't help me,
Well,
right?
did you
Because
call
you
me?
don't. Of course
You
I
have to
didn't call
call
you.
IT tech
Well,
support.
hey, you
That's the
should just
first
know.
step.
I'm not gonna call Ben Broadband. They suck.
No, you call me.
They're trash.
You call
Yeah,
your
but
daddy.
well, you're not gonna know what's going on. You didn't. I called you 3 times today. You didn't answer a single
Because
call.
your phone sucks. I
Your
didn't
phone
get a
is
single
literally
single call
if
from
took-
you.
Well, I got 2 that went straight to voicemail. That's your phone.
Well, you don't
right?
even
That's
know how to
that's
call,
not an issue
probably.
with me. That's not an issue with me. That's your phone. Straight to voicemail. And then on the 3rd call, it went all the way through, and your dumb little voicemail. Hey, this is Rogan Prescott. Sorry, I missed your call. It's trash.
I have a voicemail?
I don't know. I could be imagining it. Who knows?
Wow.
Whatever the case is, I got that on the 3rd call, so I'm not really sure what that is. So, anyways, my stream kept
Just
dropping.
scammed.
My game kept lagging, and it was overall terrible. I think I actually took a clip of some raging teammates that I had. I had really bad teammates as well. So there's that. The NFTs are going well. Deadheads. That is the newest NFT project that I am invested in. So for any of you looking to get into some low level NFTs, look up Deadheads, right? This is not financial advice. I'm losing money hand over fist, but I still am running the Dogecoin shirt
Wow.
very, very proudly, right? I'm wearing it with
Fantastic.
pride. Yeah, it's great, dude. Apart from that, I had family over, so last night was another 11 o'clocker. 5 hours of sleep. That's kind of been the norm. That hits hard. What about you, dude? How was your week, man?
Week was pretty good. I mean, the weekend went by fast for me as well. Went over to my brother's for my nephew's birthday. Played a lot of pickleball and did some swimming. That was fun. Didn't get much time on the keys. Okay, so Monday I had my stream. Absolute dog.
Dude, how did that go? You never really told me about it.
The worst time I've ever had.
Wow. Guess
Yeah, I know. I mean, we have like 3 messages over 2 hours, and then I called it. So,
Oh, so you were just alone again.
I was alone again, as always.
Well, that's
well, I mean, that's
it's
it's.
nothing unusual.
I expected it. I expected it just hit harder this time.
Mm-hmm.
I really noticed
Well,
it.
I mean, there comes a point when it's like you call me up on Friday when you're coming home from work. Hey, Coulter, how's the stream going? And I say, oh, dude, it's going great, right? I have 14 continuous viewers.
You've never had that.
And then,
We both have like 2 viewers combined.
And then you come in on Monday, and I'm like, hey, Rogan, I don't even ask anymore because I know it was bad. I know it was bad, and I don't want to bring it up. So that's unfortunate.
Dude, it's all about time, no quality. Quality doesn't matter.
Well, that's the thing, right? Whether I'm playing Warzone like a rat or I'm playing the game that the people are here to see, it doesn't matter. I just put hours in, dude.
You'll still
That
have
is my
me and Eric
counter.
watching with your 2 viewers.
Exactly. There'll still be. Look at Dirty Deeks, dude. He's just in the chat. He's just chatting it up, dude. He watched your entire stream after Monday.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I don't know how you
take
got
that.
through that, Dirty Deeks, but thank you.
Rogan's such a trash streamer, dude. It's insane.
Well, do you have
Just
people
how
watching
bad
your
you
entire
are.
streams, huh?
Well, yeah, I
You
got
rat.
I got 12 people watching for 9 hours, right?
Okay.
So,
I mean,
I don't
I
know
look
what
at the
you're talking
analytics and I'm not seeing that.
well, the analytics lie, obviously, right? Because we've been given subs, but we can't seem to find that money, can we? It's somehow vanished. Guys, Rogan is literally scamming me in real time. I don't know what the deal is there, but I'm getting scammed.
the Twitch is weird.
It's your yeah, I've heard that before. Sorry, it's your announcement section. Keep going.
Yeah, so Monday stream was dog. I had to I got a new SSD. It's just quicker. 2 more terabytes because I was running out of space. Now I have 4 terabytes, so I had to reinstall Windows since this one's faster. I wanted Windows on my SSD. So I pretty much had to like reinstall OBS, all the programs, Valorant, get it all set up.
That's
so
big.
That took a lot of time and work. So that was kind of like my free time.
Yeah.
And Valorant, Plat 2 right now. I did rank up to
nice.
Plat 2. I'm like right in the middle of it. And dude, it's just like, yeah, the dice roll that we always talk about.
It's just the usual, isn't it?
No, dude,
There's
I've had
nothing
actually
that
great
changed.
games recently. Great games. It was just
Well, that's
like
what you've been
Monday,
saying.
the Monday stream, like, guys, like for 2 weeks in a row, I'm having amazing games, great time on Valorant, and then like this last time I played 3 games, and it's just not fun because of like bad teammates. We're getting absolutely pounded. I mean, we're talking like 0-13. Like who enjoys those games,
Right.
And like, yeah, like I may have been playing bad or whatever, but it's like our whole team sucked. And then it's like you have like the person who's like queued in with the other person, they're boosted out of their mind and they still don't know how to move their mouse left and right.
That's
like,
me. Yeah.
Why am I seeing that in Plat 2? Coulter, let's be honest. I still see that on a daily basis. Like way more than I should. On someone who literally is lost their entire game. The entire game,
dude,
whiffs all their shots.
Yeah, I definitely hear you, dude. We sound like a broken record right now, but it's just because how many like, dude, me and you played a game with both of our girlfriends and just absolutely rammed their whole team. Like we played one match the other night. We both jump on Smurf accounts. We play with the girls and we just slap on kids. Like they're not going to be like, if we continue to do that, because that's almost the only time that they play is with us. And so if we continue that trend, like they're going to be in the same spot. They're going to be in gold 1 and they should be in silver 2 or silver 1 or bronze 3. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that's just, and so that's just everywhere, dude, forever.
Yeah.
Dude, in the chat, the fans want to see you play Omen, dude.
I play Omen. I do play Omen on my streams. It's like, I mean, I would say it's like 25% Omen, 75% Raze.
You need to cut that Raze out, dude.
Dude, I'll play the Raze if like someone like is like playing smokes right away, and then I'm normally Phil. Like I play Omen usually on Breeze almost every time. Like and then like Icebox, I'll play Omen. It's just certain maps. Like on Bind, I'm gonna insta lock Raze just because I love Raze on Bind. It really does come down to the maps and just like the team.
You're transitioning to a more diverse player, right? That's what. What we're seeing.
Another announcement. So since I did that upgrade, I'm actually able to run the stream a lot better. So the podcast stream, it's running at 1080p, just a higher bit rate. So they're catching us live, at a quicker, less latency time.
They're not catching us 5 minutes.
Not
live.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. And we're not dropping all the time. So
well, it's funny because I was on a Discord call with a friend that was watching my stream, and he was literally like 45 seconds behind. Like it was like wild.
Well, because I mean, your stream sucks. Well,
my stream is
what
trash,
you
right?
stream on is like dog. Like you need to fix that.
Well, it's unfortunate that I don't have a friend that works in IT, right? That can maybe come over and fix it.
Hey, I offer so much. Shut up!
It's unfortunate
Shut up!
that I don't have a friend, right? That knows how to do it.
Dude, you make me sick. You sicken me. All right, guys, this is long enough for the announcement section. We need to end this here.
You totally just dragged that on.
Community feedback. Dude, cut it out. Hey,
I run this.
Get a stash podcast like me, and then you can talk to me like that, okay?
Well, hey, I'll see you next week, and it'll be double your stash. And there will not be any mascara in there.
Well,
jeez,
that is very true. I'm going to be honest. All right,
Rogan. While I'm looking at our Apple reviews to check if we have any, how far away do we live from each other? That's a question in the chat. Let's get personal here. while I'm doing this,
2 blocks. 2 blocks away. So
it's honestly too close. Right,
it is too close.
Distance that is too close.
I mean, if I screamed at my house, Coulter could probably hear me.
Yeah, well, especially like a battle cry. That's how. That's how it came.
Well, Coulter gives the neighborhood some battle cries. They've been asking. You know, the who, yeah, and everybody goes outside, just listens to it, and comes back inside.
Just
It's a
pound
night. It's a
us.
okay. You're gonna regret that later.
Hey, 15 ratings. Let's see.
We already
dude.
have that.
We-
All right, Instagram
No,
messages.
we don't. No, we don't.
Guys,
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. Coulter is so
Here we go.
lost right now.
Here we go. I am lost, but we did get a review.
Oh,
on
we got one.
Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we got one. Who's lost now? You
All right,
dirty
hey,
rat,
go,
dude.
go.
Get with the
Are you
tour.
gonna say the review or not?
Visage comes through with
Nah.
a clutch, Apple review, dude. Amazing chemistry is the title of this review. So already starting off, on a good foot. It's a 5-star, of course, right? We don't read anything else on the pod other than 5 stars. So this podcast is good, but what makes it the best is the 2 co-hosts. Now, Visage, we need to clear something up. There's only one co-host, right? You have a host and a co-host. You don't have 2 co-hosts. Okay, so I'm obviously the host, and Rogan is the co-host. Would you say that's correct, Rogan?
Yes.
You're lost, dude. You're lost. I can see you.
No, I
see you
said
on video.
yes.
You're looking at your yoink.
I'm looking.
Okay.
Hey,
You can
it's
just
kind of
tell
nice.
They both enjoy each other's company and love talking about Valorant. True. That is very true. We don't enjoy each other's company though. That is fake news. Even though they laugh at my name a while back, it still deserves a 5-star. Well, Visage, your name is growing on me. It's original, which I like. My name is Fihung, aka Visage. See, now that I love. Rogan, why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing, dude.
Yes, you are.
I'm
dude.
not. I just
Why
don't
are
know
you
if you
making
said
fun
it
of
right.
his
I
name
just don't
again?
know if you said it right.
It doesn't matter, dude. I'm not bilingual. Okay, I'm trying my best, and you're laughing again. After binging all the episodes, I just love hearing these 2 talk all about the game and breadcrumbs. That's right. So Visage, your name is much better than I thought. I didn't know that was a play on words from your real name. So that's a really good.
Huge points for that.
That's massive, and it's just unique, right? Dude, I forgot to talk about my possible name change. We should probably
Take a step
we should
back.
probably take a step back. Do you have any Instagram
Well, let's finish. Let's
messages?
finish community feedback
Well,
here.
yeah, I mean it's a meaty section, so
Dirty Deeks had another episode, another message. I think we're gonna cover that later on in the episode because it's a question about Ascent. But Jack Gempler, a new peasant here, listen to a couple of episodes on a Podify. He spelled Spotify wrong. Get that right, all right? He has an A there, a Podify. Not sure what that means, son. All right, I was wondering if you guys plan on making a Viper video soon. Dude, I think eventually we'll get through all the agents. We've kind of stopped with the agents, or with the momentum we've had with the agents, because Coulter and I, we only know a few agents, and we don't really want to cover somebody who we don't know so well. And I think I almost want to save like the rest of the agents until we are able to like interview some pro players who only play Viper, for the past 2 years. Like,
we'll bring in a main. We'll bring
yeah,
in
and I
immortal
think
Viper
Coulter
main.
and I we do need to work on that, and eventually we'll get that. I think you guys would enjoy that a lot more than us just talking about their abilities, acting like we know what we're talking about when we don't. And I mean,
Right.
we all know the Jackal, the dirty rat. He does play Viper, but we don't think we can bring him on for that. We want he's been on here too much for
Yeah,
agents.
very true.
So
And he's terrible at the game. So
yeah,
it's like, I don't
he
know what we're
sucks.
doing.
I don't know what we're
right?
doing.
We just made mistakes in the past, and we're gonna clean ourselves up.
Yeah, very true.
Guys, Astro. Excuse me. There's something in my dude. That's the thing. Dairy kind of gets in my throat, dude. It like causes phlegm. Do you get that with dairy?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Not as much as you. You get it a lot.
Do you notice it though? Like I'm constantly clearing my throat
Oh yeah. Yep.
when I have coffee. Because
Yeah,
it sounds like
sucks.
trash.
Oh, it's dog. You've ruined every episode so far.
Dude, I've been avoiding it for the last 9 months. I've been avoiding bringing it up, dude. And I'm coming out of the closet here, and I gotta stop it with the cream, dude. I might have to go just straight black coffee because that clogs me up. Okay, guys, Astro is turning out to be too common of a name, right? The amount of messages that I get in the Discord, either privately or in the general chat, saying, "Hey Astro, is this you?" It's like, do I play on the East Coast servers, Craxel? Is that what's going on? Who do you think I am? Do I just want 100 ping for the challenge? Is that what you think? Dude, there's too many Astros, right? So now what is going to end up happening is either I need to make it like FSG Astro or I need to go for a complete change, right? So you'll see in the Discord, my name on there is C Doggy, which is a name that gets thrown around in my day-to-day life from Rogan and others. And I'm currently just testing the waters, right? We will see, but for now I'm still Astro. Just send me some feedback, right? I just want to be more original. Like
Yeah.
Crixus, what kind of a name is that? It's
Well,
like,
it sucks.
are we playing God of War? Is that what we're playing? I don't know. That's it, dude. Are we going into topic suggestions here?
Yeah.
Hey, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers? Somebody take this guy out of here, dude. Somebody take it out. Do we have any moderators in the chat? All right, dude. What are we jumping into first? It looks like Lingo had some questions from a long time ago that we just did not give a rip about addressing. That was sick. Oh man, that was the first of last month. So we're over a month behind on this boy, dude. Lingo, we don't give a rip, right? So here we go. Rogan, why don't you take the first one here?
Yeah. This is from Lingo. The unimportance of frags. Parentheses versus playing your role, locking down a site, supporting your entries, not flanking, not lurking, anchoring, etc. This is a pretty meaty one, so I might need help on this, Coulter, but the unimportance of frags, pretty much, I think lingo that we've been hearing lately is impact frags. Is like, are your kills meaning something? Are your kills a first blood and you're getting away? Are you getting a first kill and then not getting traded back and you're playing more safer? You're able to get those kills and help your team out instead of just sacrificing yourself and throwing yourself to the dirt. I would say it is very unimportant, or it's more like people think it's more important than it is. Because if someone can't be fragging out, they get 40 kills in a game and they're obviously going to help a lot. If you do have a duelist and they're only playing for kills and they're just not able to get them, they're not able to get, a first kill, or they're always getting a kill and then they're always getting traded out, that's probably not going to be as impactful as them playing on site, getting a first pick and then playing back or whatever. So I'm kind of lost right now because I don't really know how to go about this because it's a very broad question. But I'll just cover the first 3 examples that he has. So like playing your role. Are you playing a duelist? Are you playing a sentinel or whatever? If you're playing a sentinel, like your frags should probably be off of your utility, or you should be using your utility before just going for frags, getting a kill. And then that utility, if you're alive, it's going to be helping out other people. Like you have a turret that's holding flank and, your Killjoy, you die right away and that turret's not going to be doing anything for your team. So like your utility that you place down is useless that entire round because you died right away. So playing your role, it's super important in like where you might have to push out. If you're a sentinel, you might have to peek first since we don't have any duelists or whatever. But you're going to be better off if you use your utility to help your team, because that's kind of the role that Sentinels have. Or if you're Sky, flashing for your team. If you're Breach, flashing for your team. And kind of using your utility to help out your team instead of just dying right away, I would say that's going to be way more beneficial. So just finding out what's going to help your team the most is really big in playing your role. Locking down a site, that's kind of the same thing. Like if you're peeking an angle that you don't have to, probably get out of there. Only like try to peek good angles. If you're getting picked off every round, don't keep on peeking it. Just lock it down with your utility. You don't have to get that first shot off if you're always dying from that angle or whatever. So make sure that you are, using your utility to prevent that first initial push. And then supporting your entries. So this is, like flashing for a duelist or whatever, helping your duelist get onto site, helping your duelist get more room. With Raze, I sometimes play her more of as a support duelist role because she has utility too, like her Boombot. I'll always place it. I have some lineups that the Boombot will hit all of Hookah on bind, and then they know that tight left corner is clear, so someone can't be holding that with a shotgun. So then that duelist, the duelist who's going in right after that Boombot, they're able to just peek right, and they know no one's left side. The biggest, supporting your entries, going off of a Sova drone or a Boombot, if you lay it down and then you walk off of the drone or whatever, and the defenders, they shoot the drone, they shoot the Boombot, they're distracted by that utility, and your duelists, they can peek and get those kills and just using them to distract them. So I would say using this as much as you can. If you can clear an angle without showing yourself, it's way better, because you're putting yourself in a situation where they can get a lucky headshot on me. They can kill me instantly with a judge when I don't have to. And also if there's a judge there, if they're going to be playing short angles, don't keep on pushing it. Play back, use your util to help your team, clear and get that map control. Cole, do you want to take it over from here?
Yeah, dude. You had really good thoughts. The importance of frags versus everything else. This is a hard one, kind of. I can see, everything you said, I second. It's also situational too. Like, if you are playing, like Rogan said, it feels like it's more obvious with certain agents, like Sage or Killjoy or Cypher. I mean, I feel like, myself included, I feel that I don't put enough value on the power of utilities, of your abilities. If you're just, like Rogan said, running in as a duelist, as Reyna, etc., just hard peeking corners and getting killed before you use any of your util, that's so detrimental to that round. Especially with how much more everything costs. I don't know, like Rogan was saying, Killjoy is such a good example because her kit takes a lot of money. And so if you're, allocating a bunch of funds into your turret and your bot and everything else, then, I mean, if you're placing those down right away and then you're acting the duelist and just pushing in first and getting smacked, or, like Rogan said, even if you get a kill and then you're traded by one of the enemies, even if you're getting that one kill, it's nowhere near the value that you would have gotten by having your flanks covered, having the turret up, etc. So I think the overall answer here is, playing your role, locking down the site, supporting your allies, is gonna be your best option. I also think that there is an argument to be talked about. If you are, obviously the best player, there's been times that Rogan plays Sage and he's just really feeling himself and he's getting every shot. I mean, I don't think that you would be stupid to play more aggressively in that situation. if you are just really hitting shots and you know you're better than them, like Rogan has played Sage in a very aggressive way because he's more valuable taking those duels and landing those shots than he would be in the back giving me or someone else 70 HP. So I think that, that's kind of a hard one, and you're gonna have to play some of that by, game per game.
Yeah.
But I think obviously, playing your role, it's just the way the game is meant to be played, and Riot has done a pretty good job at making that the best option. So, like, if you're a sentinel, you're probably going to want to lock the site down just because that's how that agent is designed to be. And that's where you're going to get the most value out of that agent.
Very true. And game to game is huge. Not every game is going to be the same, and try not to play every game the same. You want to, like the first couple rounds, it's going to be a lot of gathering info. Okay, Cypher is always playing B site. We probably shouldn't, push in with Jet on B every round because she's gonna die with his trips. And gathering this info, like the first like early rounds, you're able to know a lot more and then use that to push on site. And knowing what smokes like work, because people always play different angles every game. It's rare when you see the same game over and over on the same map and the exact same angles. Some people, they play off angles, and knowing that, it'll help you a lot more to use your utility to counter that.
Yeah.
That's a really good thought, Coulter.
So these other examples that Lingo gave was like, the importance of supporting your allies and not flanking, not lurking, anchoring the site, etc. This is tough, and this definitely more than ever becomes a per game. I mean, it's just, this is a tough one because you just have to know what the enemy is doing. If the enemy is not covering their flanks whatsoever, then flanking is probably one of the best options that you could do. Like, Rogan and I playing with the girls, I knew that they weren't covering their flanks. I could get dirty flanks on them round after round. They would never expect it. They would never cover it. And that often led to 2 or 3 kills, which does help the round, right? So I think that as far as flanking and lurking, and whether or not you should anchor a site, that's going to depend a lot on what your enemy is doing. Not so much. I mean, and guys, again, like if you are just flanking in hopes to get that triple kill, meanwhile your team really needs you in this 5-man push that you previously planned out, like if you're like, guys, we're all 5 going B, and then you have your Jet going A, just hoping to get a dirty flank on them and get 2 to 3 kills, like that's not what I'm talking about. I think you just need to really have the communication straight on flanking and lurking. That's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. And don't flank every round, because like I'll sometimes, those first couple rounds, like Coulter was saying, you kind of see if they are holding their flanks, because if they are holding their flanks, it's gonna be hard to get those 3 kills or whatever. Even if you get 1 kill on a flank, that's huge. So like even if you get that kill, they know that you're flank already, so it's gonna be hard. You're gonna be like a 1v2 in that situation. So running back from where you came from, and then just playing defensively, that's really big to do, because then you can, you have that 5v4 situation where you can just play slow, and you're probably going to get the round at that point. Yeah. And like I'll sometimes flank, like 5 rounds in, and then the next time I'll flank, it'll be 3 rounds after that. It's going to be like periodically and trying to catch them off guard, because in reality, like in my rank or whatever, if I flank and I get 2 kills or whatever, they're probably going to be holding flanks for the rest of the game, or at least like the next 2 rounds. They're going to be like, okay, we need to watch our flanks. And then you can try it again, see if they do that.
Rogan, I feel like you hit the best point, and I'm glad you said it, because I was going to say that as well. If you flank once, and maybe you get 2 kills, maybe you don't get a kill at all, they have to respect it from there on out. So
yeah,
I would say that flanking, I'm not like, I don't know the rounds, but flanking somewhat earlier is very valuable, because that might turn their 5-man push into a 4-man push and someone hold the flank. Well, you might not be flanking, right? So you're kind of suppressing one of their players, or some utility or whatever. Like if you just never flank and they're never worried about it, you're leaving a lot on the table.
You are. Yep. That's such a good point, because there's sometimes no one ever flanks, and their entire team, they have half the entire map to work with.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
haven't lost anything on focusing just on C, seeing if they can get a pick there. They can go back A and they don't have to be worried at all. So, and like if you do flank early round, you're pretty much, you could stall a Killjoy turret. Killjoy is going to put her turret on one site on flank, and then she won't be able to use that turret on post plant or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're making them sacrifice some of their util to hold that flank, and it is going to help a ton. I think lower elo players, they do flank a lot more than they should sometimes, or they don't flank at all. So finding that sweet spot and maybe even try for a flank, but if they're holding it, back off. Don't peek again. Just go for info. Seeing how much map control can you get safely, and then if not, back off or push forward.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a quick flank or a super slow flank.
Yeah, you don't have to 1,000,000% commit. I think that's a really good point. It's like if you're getting the feeling like, it's a bad idea, dude, just get out of there. Say, hey, guys, sorry, I'm going to be like 30 seconds late. I'm totally backing out of this flank and I'm looping around. I'm going to rejoin you guys the long way. That's better than being like, oh, shoot, there's a turret here and I know the Killjoy's watching.
Yeah.
I'm going to push this anyway. Like, just you're going to have to read that for yourself, but don't be afraid to get out of the flank, even if you feel like you're already too committed.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I know a good example on Haven. I usually defend A site and I'll push up A long. I'm walking up and I'm just going to see if they do push right away. If they push right away, I'm going to back off. But if they don't, I'll keep on walking up. If I see a Killjoy turret there, I'll destroy the turret and then back off and rotate. Because then Killjoy's like, okay, someone could be flank. Hey, you stay here. Us 4 people are going to push site. And you're still, you're making that from a 5-man push to a 4-man push. And you're also, making it so, okay, someone's could be flank for the enemy team. And that does a lot in there. It messes with their head.
Yeah. It's huge, man. That's really good advice.
And then anchoring. Do you want to go there?
I mean, that's, again, dude, it falls into the same category. If the other team never fakes a site, like if you're in round 9 and they have not once, they've just gone A or B super hard consistently, like you're just gonna have to make that like a judgment call in the match, because I mean, if they're faking sites, then obviously anchoring is a great idea. But if they're not and they never have, you just have to go based on the information that you have already.
Anchoring, for those who don't know, that's just like when you see 3 people, the enemy is pushing A, and then everybody says rotate, but it's not like a full push. They maybe just be like playing default. Then you can just tell like, hey, you anchor. So they're like one person's gonna stay on that site, and then you put one person on the site that's getting pushed right now. And then you'll have one person anchoring, which can watch if anyone is trying to sneak on site with a bomb.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I didn't know. I mean, I'm sure most people know it, but
no, that's like, and so the communication is what's key here. Like when Rogan and I play together, the chatter that's going on between us is, okay, they've put smokes on B, and then we're going back and forth. Okay, are they in? No, not yet. And then on your mini map, you have to use your mini map here because it's kind of helpful. Like if you see a Reyna blind come onto the mini map, and you see a Sova dart come on to the mini map, and you're seeing all these abilities up on A and you're on B, it's probably safe to assume that like if they're spending 2 smokes, a Sova dart, 2 Reyna blinds, like they're spending so much to take that site that they're probably gonna go there. Of course, there's going to be anomalies, and that's not always, verbatim true, but just ask your team if they're committing onto that site. Like Rogan and I communicate that way all the time. Are they committed? Are they committed?
Yeah,
are they committed?
That's and then it's big
like,
word.
Yeah, they're in, they're out, they're out. Like you have to communicate like that, or else that person that's kind of anchoring on B at the time, they're not going to know if they should go or not, right? And so you just have to be in the mic. I feel like when it comes to anchoring or not.
Yeah. And the second that they say they're committed, you both can rotate right away. Three people are on site, two people are on site, everybody rotates. If not, then you can say, I'm going to anchor here. And anchoring is huge because then you can prevent your flanks. You can prevent anyone trying to sneak on site, and you'll probably catch them off guard. And it's just such good information because you can get really screwed over if everybody rotates and then they have two people walking on the other site. They get plant down already. They're playing post plant. The other side, everybody's rotating, playing post plant, and then it's a 5v5 retake, which, I mean, that's pretty hard to do when they have the control because, when you're defending a site, you have the control, you have the advantage because all you need to do is just play time. You're just waiting for them to push onto you. And if they turn those tables, it's going to be a lot harder. So,
yep.
Yeah, and dude, it goes game to game. It's a lot of just reading on what's happening, what's going on in the round, and knowing what works best. And just in using the information that you have, because Coulter said communication is everything in Valorant. It's huge. Just knowing if they commit or not, it's massive.
And guys, people. One last note on this: people have habits, especially in round-based games like Valorant. Unless they're really tuned in, people fall into patterns. And so, you have to be observing of that. And how many games have you guys played where, you always know that the Reyna is going to be lurking on A, or you know what I'm saying? That's super common in gold, silver. I've seen it. Players often, the Sage will always put a wall here. And so you have to use that info in what we're saying on the moves that you should be making in the round. So just try and be really observant. Say, hey, I know that this Reyna is always B long. She's been B long for the last 7 rounds. Yeah. So you can kind of somewhat safely assume that she might do that again. You just have to use that info to your advantage.
Very true.
You want to hit the next one here, brother?
Yeah, from Lingo again, your personal agent pool. For when you're playing well versus for when you're playing poorly. And I'll just start with mine. When I'm usually playing well, I'll enjoy playing Duelist more. I enjoy trying to get those initial picks. If I feel like my aim is really good, I'll go raise. I'll try to get kills, frag out, and that's what's fun for me. If I do feel like I'm a little off on my aim, and maybe if it's my first game of the day, I'll probably play Omen, and that's just because Omen is more of a passive agent, and he's also can be aggressive in ways. His blind is super, super good for just supporting, and I've countless times have just blinded for my team, blinding 3 people, and he swings, he gets all 3 kills right there, and it's doing so much to help my team. So that's kind of cool about it. And Omen, he has his blind, he has his smokes. He's a smoker agent, which is huge. Having control of your own smokes. So I'm able to make a long angle, a close angle, so I don't have to rely on that precise aim, the gunplay as much. And I can kind of try to outsmart people and try to get them killed from the back or whatever. And I think that's why. So I'll usually look at it if I feel like I'm being aggressive, because if you play a Duelist and you didn't really feel like you were playing aggressive, or you didn't really want to, you were kind of staying in the back of the team because you didn't really want to die, that's probably a good sign that you should switch it up next game and maybe play more of a support role. Play a different agent that you don't really have to do that. Because if you are playing a Duelist and there's only one other Duelist, you're Reyna, you're not using your blinds and you're not pushing out, you're not providing your team with much. And just Reyna is such a good agent to get room and to push out. And that's where you want to use her. But if you aren't doing that, it's probably not going to be a good agent for you. I would try to just having a couple agents that you're good with that have different roles is huge, dude. If you only play Jett, that's it. I would honestly switch it up. Play at least somewhat of a support role. And then just so you have that option, if you aren't feeling it, play that agent. And then if you are feeling it, go for your duelist. Coulter, what's your so it's usually like my agent pool right now is Raze, Omen, and Sage. Omen and Sage, it kind of varies between on whatever I feel like playing. On just, do I feel like having smokes or having a wall? And it depends on the map too. So those 3 agents for me.
Yeah, I feel like for me, if I'm feeling it, if I'm feeling hot and spicy, I'm gonna go Reyna right now. It bounces between. I mean, you guys have seen the path. Reyna, Jet, Yoru, a duelist. I'll usually play a duelist if I'm really feeling it. If I'm not, I'll still play Reyna, and I still get smacked. No, but
you play Killjoy.
I play Killjoy.
Yeah.
If I'm off, I play Killjoy. My reason for this is I feel like Killjoy, man, this is a hot take. I'm just thinking of it now, dude. This is off the top of the dome. I think Killjoy is maybe one of, maybe not the easiest, but one of the easiest players, characters, agents to understand and use in a somewhat effective way. Like, I know that she has certain setups that work better than others, but for the most part, your role is fairly obvious on like what you should be doing. And maybe this is just easy for me and not others. So I mean that's a hot take for me. I just feel like Cypher, like, another Sentinel role, I can't use his camera super effectively.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just me. But I feel like the turret, the alarm bot, and the mollies, it's just like it's super obvious, like what her kit is and how it should be used. And obviously every player is going to have their own style with how they use Killjoy. But I think for me, it's like I can pick Killjoy. I know I can bring some value in anchoring a site or holding off a push. If they're all coming in through hookah, I can have my turret there. My alarm bot can be outside of hookah. I can have my mollies. I throw one in hookah to try and hold them back. Like, it's just super obvious to me, kind of the value that Killjoy brings. Like Sage, right? It can kind of smack your teammates if you put a slow orb in front of your whole team, or if you put a really badly placed wall that ends up helping the enemy.
Yeah.
I feel like with Killjoy, it's really hard to hurt your teammates, unless you're throwing a molly raid on them, but that's very rarely the case. So post plant, super simple as well, right? So I think when I'm feeling hesitant to play a duelist, I'll play Killjoy, and I'll just try and hold off the site as long as I can if they're attacking that site.
That's super. Yeah. Killjoy is actually, now, like, thinking about it now, she is like a nice agent to play that helps your team out in many ways. And I don't know, I may have mentioned this before on the pod, I kind of forgot, but on Ascent in the VCT Masters, there's a Killjoy who's playing defense, and she placed her alarm bot mid, like right against a shield, like pre-round, and then they didn't have a single person watching mid. They literally just left mid and had people on different sites, and then if they heard that alarm bot went off, they knew someone was mid, so then they could just, look in that direction. And that's pretty huge, because you're putting 3 guys on one site holding one angle. Like, that's gonna be huge. And that alarm bot's helping, because you don't really have to peek out mid on Ascent. And that's pretty insane for like one ability.
I mean, I just think that she can just bring a ton of value for like no risk.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just getting tapped, I mean, just literally put your turret on a flank, and that's probably going to be more helpful than you just peeking out and dying, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I fall when I'm playing poorly.
Yeah, a good question, Lingo.
Yeah, super good question.
Cool. Do you want to cover it?
Reading enemy's playstyle. Is it worth anchoring site if the enemy doesn't tend to fake a push? So I won't spend any time. We kind of covered this.
Yeah.
I mean, just you have to read the enemy's play style. Is it worth anchoring a site if the enemy doesn't tend to fake? I would say no. I mean, if they're just, I mean, you have to go with the information that you've been given.
Yeah.
That's the only way that you can play. Like you can't just like if they've never faked it and it's the 11th round, it's 5-6, and they've never ever done a fake, and you've been anchoring all game, then like probably just rotate quickly. That's going to be my take on that. And as soon as they do fake a push, well, then you're going to have to switch up your play style. Say, hey guys, my bad. They haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to anchor from here on out. And then at least, there's some basis that you're working off of rather than I'm just worried that they're you're faking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like I do not have an anchor every round. Like it's only when I think that there's it could be a fake. But when I know that it's probably going to be on a site, just everybody rotate as fast as you can. You want numbers, and then worst comes to worst, you're playing retake, and it's not like it's not automatic loss. You have a chance still. And going with the information you're given, if you know all 5 guys are B long on bind, and they're just like throwing little taps at you, I mean, like there's a chance that they're probably going to teleport. And maybe like throwing one anchor, that's probably a good idea because then they can push showers, watch teleporter, all 5 teleport. That guy's getting 2 kills because they aren't expecting it.
Yeah.
And like those little situations, I brought up that one example, but there's tons of them. If you see a Yoru footstep, it's probably going to be a fake. It may not have one anchor or whatever. It just depends on the round. It's not every round. It's going to be a 4v5. That's going to be kind of hard. You want that extra man if he's not doing anything anchoring.
Yep. And so I think where I conclude my thoughts on this is I would rather play a full retake than sitting on A and having my whole team getting destroyed on B and not rotating.
Yeah.
Like that is the worst case scenario is they fully push your team on B and you just sit on A waiting for the rotate from the enemy. I mean, if it never happens, then you're playing, a 1v5 retake, which is not what you want, or, whatever the case is. So
yeah,
that's where my thoughts go on that.
Well said.
Should we move on here, brother? You have anything else to say to Lingo? Lingo, great questions, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic questions. Yeah, let's move on.
This one's coming from Jackie Suave. Did I say that right? Jackie Suave. Doesn't matter. Change it so we can read it, right? What is your fave strats on Breeze? Rogan, talk to us here.
Breeze is a fairly new, I mean, it's obviously like the newest map. I haven't played it, a ton of times. I have played it somewhat enough to know some things that I enjoy doing. On Breeze, I would almost say like playing default and trying to get map control is really fun on attacking. Because the map's so open, people tend to rotate really quick in how big it is. And kind of just playing with that map control is really fun to use. Also, halls. A lot of people don't cover halls because it's kind of that weird odd spot, close corridor that you can almost walk up and get almost all the way across, and you're pretty much in their spawn by the time they know you're there. I would say like pretty much like gaining map control is the biggest strategy I use. Is like how much can I get with it being free? Because it's so big, you're able to work your way up, slowly push as a not B site's kind of hard to push, but A site you're able to clear corners without using your util to clear those corners. It's really easy to do. One Sova dart can clear both pyramids on A site and whatnot, and knowing that they're there or not, that's going to do so much. So like the info is massive. Using your util, I'll nade some spots even if I don't see them in a cubby. If it's like a spot that a lot of people do play, or I haven't naded it before.
Mm.
I'll nade it, and sometimes I'll usually get a kill because they have to peek, and then I'll just tap them. And finding like little spots like that is really big. I know one spot I nade is the A site when I'm attacking. It's like that right tight cubby,
Yeah,
that
dude,
always
that's
gets
so
people.
yeah, that's a popular one.
Yeah, and even pyramids. One big strat that I've used recently is I played Omen on Breeze quite a bit, and pushing A site, I'll smoke the site, and on B actually, I'll smoke the spike plant, like where I can plant the
Mhm.
bomb, and then I'll TP in the smoke and plant, and then my entire team's watching the smoke to see if anyone's gonna push it, and I get
Oh
plant
yeah.
down, and then I TP out, and we're just playing retake. And I'll usually use my Omen ult too for that. I'll smoke, plant the bomb, and then I can just play retake. Bomb's already planted so early in the round, so everyone is going to be very crunch. It's going to be crunch time for the other team to get the defuse,
Yeah.
and that's actually worked out like 95% of the time. It's kind of weird on how often it works. Like, it's obviously you're going to get lucky because they're going to be probably spraying through smoke trying to get that kill. But if they
Right.
don't hit you, then and you have bomb down, it's going to be huge, and it works
Yeah.
on both sides. But I've used that quite a bit. Coulter, I have more strats, but I mean I could go on for a while. So you want to just hit yours?
Yeah, I feel like what my tendency is to always I always like to know what's going on in mid. I think mid is really important on Breeze. There's just so many avenues that you can go from mid, right? Like if you take mid control from them, um smoke off hallway and doors or whatever, and then you take out the nest player, they're going to have no idea what you're going to do, and you're so close to either site that it's going to be really hard for them to play that guessing game. So I personally like to get mid control, and then whatever site your team ends up hitting, you're going to be instantly helping them.
Yeah,
Whether they go A or B, like you're a help immediately, because the enemy they're going to either rotate through mid or they're going to rotate through their spawn. And from mid, I mean, if you get up into nest, I mean, like Rogan was saying, you're in their spawn. So like, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage from mid, I feel like. And then you're going to have that presence of mind of knowing, that they're going to have no info if you take mid, right? They're going to only be able to see down that lane on B, and then, what you're doing in the cave on A. So I think that is my strategy on Breeze is I always try and show some presence in mid.
yeah. Mid is really big. I
Yeah.
would say it's massive.
And then they'll just hammer you on flanks. Like if you're letting them just come down mid,
Yeah.
I mean they're in your spawn already, and it's gonna be really easy for them to do damage from your flank.
Yeah, that's really big. I
Mhm.
mean, I think flanks, it always catches me off guard because I mean you can't really hear much. It's really hard to go off audio, and it's pretty much just
Yeah.
like if you're watching that, and especially if they get like a pick early round, you can't really cover everything. So it's like you're usually letting one guy sneak in. He's gonna do a lot
Yeah.
of damage to you guys, and you probably won't be able to get that round.
And it's just so fast, dude. Like if your team is in A in the cave,
Yeah,
kind of playing retake like you're saying, and they just send a boy down mid because you never have anything there, like they're looking at your back very quickly.
yeah. Being
So
aware of looking at your mini map is huge.
yeah.
Knowing on what you're covering, and then like because mid and hall, that whole area, there's a lot of angles that you can be shot from.
Yeah.
And it sometimes gets very overwhelming. Defending on A, if they have a Viper, I've almost always seen this. They'll place a wall that blocks off pretty much like the entire site of A on that, the left pyramid.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's super hard to see them push on site. They're able to get on site super early round, and that'll get an early plant quick. So trying to stop that initial plant is very beneficial. You can also play close on wall. If Viper is doing that, play close on wall, and then throw a flash past it, peek out, get a
Yeah.
kill, back off. Raise, I'll usually nade the pyramid when I hear spike plant. And I have to do it, you have to time it right, but if you get it, it's usually going to be a kill because that pyramid, they're kind of congested in that area.
Yeah.
Wasting your util there will actually it'll help a lot. It won't be for nothing.
Yeah.
Because if they're able to get that off while that wall is still up, you can't really see anything. I'll also play on stairs where the door is.
Yeah.
And you can almost see over the wall there, and it kind of is like a one-way. Not a one-way, but it's you can barely see them, and I'm able to get a couple kills there, which is it's a nice spot to look at because that's a way to see over that wall. And if you have a Sage, boosting yourself on Sage wall helps a lot to get that overhead on every site. Just getting like a different higher angle helps a lot. But do you have any other strats?
Nothing that really pops right now, dude. I think like you said, we could probably go on for a while on Breeze. Like you, I haven't really found myself in a rut. You guys have to watch the last thought here is I don't even know the call outs. It's the tube on A, where you can take the secret hatch.
That's the hall. That's all.
That's a dangerous spot. And I think it's important to know what's going on there. We played a game where we didn't have anyone covering it, and I was on A. And I mean, if you're letting players just have total control of hall, it's super, super dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they just have they have your flank so fast. And I think, that's kind of the basis of my thoughts is, map control and spreading your players out is, I feel, more important than having like 3 people on B and then 2 people on A. Like there's just too much map in between.
Yeah.
Between hall and mid, you have to have some idea of what's going on there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my ending thoughts.
And if they do take hall, they have sight on A. They're pretty much like they have the entire site of A. And they're able to get flanks there too.
And how do you rotate? So like you're going to be coming through spawn and like they already are holding that angle on.
They're holding that entire area and you're kind of smacked there. So you really have to be aware of that. Putting an op on hall helps a lot. I sometimes op hall and it shuts that entire area off. And then if they don't go hall, they're going on A. I just, walk to the left and I'm right there for A.
Great. So even B, you can kind of look from your spawn, you can get vision on site.
Yeah, you can rotate a lot. Even if you're just watching hall, you're able to, support mid, support A. It helps. It's actually a nice position to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I would just be careful on taking a lot of fights down hall. Because if someone's getting if they're feeling themselves, they're able to get that tap, when they come up that rope. And I've gotten wrecked a lot there, dude.
Yeah.
And I just get picked off. You don't know what
side they're gonna peek on.
Yeah. You got to be careful there. And maybe like when I'm Omen, I'll throw a smoke down hall, and then it just makes them. They don't really push it when that smoke's there, because they don't know if I've pushed up, and it sometimes stalls. But
that's valuable. I want you to hit this next question from Dev because
you're dog.
Well, I'm dog and you're a nerd, right? So this is a nerdy question that you're gonna be able to just dish out that info on. So I want you to hit this one.
People have noticed a lot of pros were playing on a stretched res, 1440 by 1080, and that's 4:3 ratio during VCT a couple weeks ago. In Valorant, player models and 3D objects do not change when you stretch a screen like they do in CS. But regardless, high-level pros are saying it makes your aim feel smoother and also enhances your crosshair. I'd be interested on hearing your thoughts on the pod. Yeah, stretch res, a lot of people from Fortnite play it all the time because it does make like the player models bigger. In Valorant, I've noticed it as well. They were using stretch res in the VCT, and I've just heard that it feels a lot smoother, and that's probably because it's just less pixels on your screen, and it's something that's easier to. It's almost it's going to be easier to look at, and I would say when there's less pixels, it's less your mouse sensitivity is actually going to be changed as well. You'll be moving faster. So in that regard, it might feel smoother. Also, seeing your crosshair, like I was playing on a 2K monitor a while ago on Valorant, and my crosshair was so small that I couldn't really see, like it was hard to get like the precise, the precision shots. But when you're at a stretch res, that crosshair, it's gonna be easier to see, and you're gonna able to see through like the middle of your crosshair. I haven't tried it out. I think I should probably try it out for a little bit and just see how I feel, and then I can catch up with you, Dev, and let you know how it went. But I mean, I think like someone should try it out. If you guys want to try it out, see how it feels. If it feels better, run with it. I don't think it'll matter on your like gameplay if it feels smooth and like okay, it feels smooth. It's not going to be detrimental to your performance because people play on 1080p all the time and they're fine with it. And these guys are probably coming from CS:GO or other games, like they've just been used to like stretch res, and that's not because they enjoy it more. It's probably just because they're used to it. So it's just personal preference. I mean, whatever works the best, go for it.
Great.
You want to add your newbie thoughts?
Well, there's nothing to add, right? Because I don't know what we're talking about, right? All I do is just click heads, right?
Do you know the basis, right?
Well, of course I know the basis. Like you were saying, just more pixels, but to me that would seem like it would be less smooth, right? Like there's something about a 2K monitor that my thoughts would say more. It would be smoother on a 2K monitor than it would be otherwise. Apparently it's the reverse.
That just looks better. But if you're going small pixels, your game's going to be running at a higher performance because it doesn't have to render as much. It doesn't have to render at that higher of a resolution. So it's going to be like a performance impact as well. So
Gotcha.
in that, I mean, it could be smoother in that way too.
But I do understand, what you're saying about maybe less pixels because people do this in Call of Duty as well. Like I know this from my past because I took it somewhat seriously, and kids were doing this back then. They would have 2 monitors with different resolution depending on what games they would play, and they would play COD on a lower res for some reason. I never understood it, right? Because I'm not a nerd.
Well, you don't need 2 monitors to go on stretch res.
Well, my friends are dumb, right? My friends were dumb, right? We're 12 years old, and they scammed their parents out of 2 monitors. So whatever the case, I remember this being in the conversation.
Oh, on console, yeah, you would have to do that.
Well, exactly, right? Whatever the case is, it doesn't matter. I never really understood it. I can kind of understand, the conversation around it at this point because I have, a 3rd grade education on, what resolution is. But I mean, it kind of sounds like it would be fun to try. I mean, if pros are using it, like you said, either they're just used to it or, it is providing some kind of benefit, or else they wouldn't do it. So,
hey, is 10Z on it? No. We follow 10Z.
Exactly. That's all we need to know, right? We just follow. We do what he does. Next question, dude. It didn't make it onto our notes page, but it's coming from Zero a Slayer. So this is going to be another question to you. I'm going to go ahead and read it because it's going to be my only input to this question. I'm Bronze 1 and have a 2-core Intel i3 1005 G1 CPU with integrated graphics with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's a laptop. Is this good for Valorant? Rogan, tell Slayer, Zero Slayer, what's going on here with his setup, brother? Is he set to go, or what moves does he need to make?
You're going to be struggling quite a bit. I mean, I'm going to be honest. That's your processor i3. That's not looking great for you. I mean, low-end computer for sure. No graphics card, which any computer without a graphics card, just using integrated graphics is gonna, it's gonna struggle on any game. Like you're gonna notice a fat performance decrease.
Educate me on what is the difference between integrated graphics and a graphics card.
Integrated graphics literally is your it's like integrated into your CPU, so you don't need like an external graphics card at all. And
Okay.
internal integrated graphics, that's like pretty much just like a bottom line, like just a display on your monitor, Windows 10, for a home computer to look at your email. Anything if you're running your computer with like that's gonna be for gaming at all, that has to render like actual game graphics, you're gonna need a graphics card for it. There's some really, really good integrated graphics, but that's usually like in laptops, and that's just because they're small.
That's what he's got.
Yeah, but you're talking like that's an older laptop,
Oh,
i3.
yeah.
You're not running great integrated graphics. Barely, like there's not any great integrated graphics. I'm talking
I
like
see.
maybe graphics to run Adobe Photoshop.
I see. So the
It's
graphics
just bare
themselves
minimum.
they're just integrated into the processor.
Yeah, just that chip.
I see. That's okay.
And so
yeah.
one
Well,
without them, you would have to have a graphics card to
Well, I
run
mean, look at-
Windows or whatever.
look at the size of my graphics card, dude.
Well, your
and mine
graphics
is-
card sucks.
Well, it's a low end graphics
It's a
card. but that's in-
1660 Super.
Hey,
That's pretty good.
Don't
No,
tell
it's a good
the
one.
peasants what I have. Whatever the case is, I don't know what I have. It's just that's incredible that they're trying to put that into the processor.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a substantial size difference.
Oh yeah. So it's savage.
So
I mean-
he's getting how many frames do you think Zero Slayer is pulling off here?
I mean, I don't know, dude. You're looking like 30 frames, I would say, on lowest graphics. I don't even know, dude. I don't know at all.
Yeah,
Every
that hits
game
hard.
matters. That's pretty bad.
Zero Slayer.
I mean, dude,
Um,
save.
check your frame rate. You can get to that in the settings of Valorant, and then screenshot it and slap it in the general.
You can
because I'm
also
interested to see.
send me like a DM and I can help you out. We can go through it. Maybe get you, something else.
I mean, 8 gigs of RAM, he's fine, right?
You can run it on 8 gigs of RAM. 16
think that's
gigs
what I
is
have, right?
preferable. Yeah, 16.
No. Oh yeah, Trident Z.
Yeah.
G-Skill, obviously.
Well, okay, so I'm running a GTX 1080, and then my CPU is 12 cores, 24 threads, so 24 like actual like virtual cores.
Mm.
So I mean, your i3, that's probably a dual core.
It says 2 core, right?
Yeah,
Right in
that's
the
a 2 core. Well, I don't have the question on my screen, but that's a 2 core. I'm running 24 cores at 3.8 gigahertz, which is a lot more than yours. And I still struggle.
2 core Intel i3 1005 G1 CPU.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. I'm sorry, man. Let's talk to me. Come to your kings. Let us know. We'll let you in the doors, help you out, and then kick you out.
Right. So once you set him up with a new computer, he's probably going to go. I mean, it's impressive that he's in bronze 1 then.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
if
very impressive. I mean, dude, I like 30 frames per second is way too much. I mean, like that's impressive if you're getting 30 frames.
It's interesting. Like, when your frames drop down to like 90 or something for some reason, like in the middle of a stream, or sometimes mine does that because my computer sucks. But it's like you feel that, dude.
Yeah.
Like 90 is a far cry from 200.
Oh, dude, if I hit 100 and like 90 frames, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. That's
like, this is
really
dog.
interesting. So I mean, imagine just dividing that by 3, right, and just running 30 frames.
Well, yeah. I mean, dude. Okay, yeah, he has high potential. You're pretty much an immortal with a good computer.
Well, that's what it's looking like.
So that's impressive.
Definitely.
Dude,
Nice.
if you guys think you have issues, because I mean, I know a boy who's playing on a MacBook. We're talking an old
Who
MacBook.
is that?
I can't say his name. He is a trusted, loyal brother. And I'm just so impressed with you how you did that.
Well, we all remember the Radiant Knight.
Yeah. Yep.
He was another one that was running on suboptimal gear.
and it's pretty bad. So guys, like if you have any questions about your setup, let us know, because
Well, let Rogan know, right? I'm not
yeah,
gonna
let
know
me
what to
know.
say,
I'm super
right?
interested in it, honestly, and I would love to help you
Yeah.
guys out, because
Rogan
that
loses
is a
for a
huge thing.
living.
Like there's some people who I don't understand how they even like play on them. It's surprising, and you guys might have gear that you aren't even using the full potential of. So
That's me, dude. That's
yeah, that
me,
was
right?
you.
Like, well, it still is. Do
Well,
I need this processor? Probably not, right? Maybe I went overboard on the processor.
no, you didn't. You're good.
The Spectre run and gun is too strong. This is coming from our boy Fasage. What do we think about this, man? This is a big topic. The run and gun, it got nerfed, and Fasage feeling like it's still an issue. Trevalicious, put in his word on that, agreeing that the Spectre run and gun is too strong. What's the first thing that kind of jumps out at you here on
Well,
this
dude,
topic?
I mean the run and gun, it's just like they nerfed it pretty heavily. I feel it in the Spectre. I mean, I cannot do nearly enough on, or nearly as much as I could.
Yeah.
And dude, okay, so close angles, like there's a certain range where no matter what, if you're sprinting, if you're crouching, if you're shift walking, your shots are going to be landing, because you're just that close,
Yeah,
and like
it's hard to
in the
miss.
end, like you cannot get rid of running and gunning at that point. It's always going to be there, which is fine. Like you just have to get used to it at that point. If you're getting run and gun across the map, okay, that makes sense. But like close up, dude, that's the way the game is, and they can't really nerf it enough. If they nerf it more, it's just going to be ruined. Like you won't even be able to use a gun.
Yeah.
And obviously, like that close, it is so strong because it's probably like equivalent to a phantom, because you're right at their head and you're just spraying and absolutely trashing on them.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. I mean, I haven't really noticed it a ton, but for you, you might just be getting unlucky. I mean, I don't know. I want to hear everyone else's thoughts too. If the majority of people think it is too strong, then I'm kind of curious on what people think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we obviously have two boys who think so.
Yeah, I think I mean, my thoughts on this, I think that I think it's always going to feel bad when you get killed by someone that's running gunning, just because um it's not like the nature of the game, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, right? It's not what you are expecting, that's not what you expect, right? It's like they said, they're trying to make the movement more precise, so the players with good movement, good counter strafing, etc., are going to get rewarded, right, in winning duels. So when someone sprints around a corner and you miss a couple shots and they're just side strafing and get the kill on you, lucky or not, it's always going to feel bad. And I think, like Rogan is saying, I mean, how do you really abolish this? I mean, it's not going to happen. It's just going to be the nature of the game. It doesn't feel good because of how we usually play the game, right? You're expecting everyone to stop, take precise shots. So when that doesn't happen, it feels worse than it actually is. Like, how many times is this happening, right? Because for myself, it's not often.
Yeah. Dirty Deeks coming from the mouth. As gamers, we will continue to complain about anything that gets us killed. We just got to get better. Yeah, dude, and just play differently. Like, I think if this happened in my stream actually. I got tapped while someone was running and gunning, and it's like, okay, that sucks. Like this needs to be nerfed or whatever. But it's like, dude, like how often is that happening? It happens once in a half, and you get mad about it.
Yeah.
At that point, you just got to get used to it. Like that you're always gonna have that luck and that chance that the shot is gonna land,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna suck. It sucks dying that way.
Right.
You just have to power through.
Yeah. Yeah.
In other situations, it's not. There obviously are game mechanics that aren't that great.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bottom line, kind of like you were saying, is just like there is always going to be an element of luck in any single FPS that you play, and that just never feels good. But it is, I mean, that is a first person shooter. It's in every single game, right?
Yep. Every
So,
single game.
like to me, if we're gonna start complaining about running and gunning with the Spectre, then let's take a bigger look at the Judge.
Yeah.
Like if we want to start getting nasty on lack of skill, etc., then I feel like I would way rather have the running and gunning on the Spectre. I would literally rather the Spectre run and gun be twice as good rather than having the Judge in the game. Just because, like, the Judge is what makes me angry, and running and gunning obviously makes some people tilted. So
Yeah.
it's just like, these are things that we need to play around, and kind of like Dirty Deeks was saying, and you're saying, like, I mean, if they're saving, I mean, try and play longer angles. That's all you can do.
Yep.
So I think that is it, dude, for the questions. Do you have anything else to add here?
No, man, I think that's it. We were going to go over Sova, but I think that the time has come for us to end this here, because I think we'll probably go over if we go any further.
Well, we don't want to jump off the cliff, right? There's a cliff in every episode that we just launch ourselves off of.
Dude, right before we started this episode, Coulter and I, we made a pact, like, guy, if we think we're going to fall off in a little bit, we need to just stop it, call it good, and end it.
Because just end it, yeah.
I mean, we all know that cliff happens, and we go off the deep end. We don't know what we're talking about. We're lost. We're in a blender, and it gets quiet. There's 10-second pauses between each of us.
Yeah,
you guys have all heard it.
Yeah, and some of you probably love it, but we don't, right? Because it feels like trash. Final thought is, guys, we appreciate these topic suggestions. So keep slamming them in there. Like, it might be, I mean, it was a few weeks before we got to them, and we'll just let them build up again, and then do this again, because it's kind of fun to hear what's on your guys' mind, the questions that you guys have, and for some reason, if you value our opinion or just want to hear some other thoughts on it, get some new eyes on it, then it's kind of fun for us to go through these. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's nice that we can do a episode about it, and I think it has some of the best information about Valorant and getting better at the game, because you have these little like niche situations, and if we keep on pounding every situation that you guys run into, you'll eventually you're going to be able to solve those.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
I don't know what we're going to do for the next. I feel like we should do something big for the next episode, dude. I don't know if we want to hunt down a guest. I don't know what. Do you guys like the guests? Just let us know via, Instagram, Discord, whatever else. Get connected, right? Get in the community and let us know what you guys want, because we want to deliver it. So that's my final thought.
Yeah, I think we do need to work something out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to the Flow State Gaming Podcast, where we went over topic suggestions, the ones that have been months old. It's been an honor and a pleasure. We are live on Twitch, flow_state_gaming, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Have a fantastic evening and a great week. See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go. File. Export.
Stop.
Export as MP3.
Export.
What do we go? Coulter, episode 37. Boys.
Welcome to the after party.
Welcome to the after party. Lingo. Good to see you here, brother. Dirty Deeks, you're a loyal boy. It doesn't go unnoticed. So thanks for watching.
Well, are we gonna keep him? Who knows? Because we've had a lot of loyal boys in the past, and they aren't here right now.
It's kind of interesting to see the rise and fall of like the loyal ones
of each peasant. They have their moment.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Actually,
It is.
Lingo definitely. I mean, that's insane.
Well,
Lingo has been here from pretty.
What
much.
episode?
I don't. 2, 3,
Was it 2?
4? I don't know, man. It's been a long time.
I mean, that's insane, dude.
I think he was fairly close to the start. He was very close to the start. Whatever the case is, it's funny to see like some people come in heavy and then they're out for 2 months and then they're back and then I don't know. It's kind of cool to see the ebb and flow of things.
Yeah.
All right, going into Google Drive.
AJ is a rat. I took away his squireship in the Discord. I forgot that
I'm
you had
glad,
it.
dude. I'm glad. Dirty Deeks, dude. Dirty. I think that there is a position for you that needs to be filled. Like if you're re-listening / rewatching, man, I feel like this is too early. It's too early to say this, but at some point down the road, I think we're gonna need to hire somebody and give someone cash to gather 30-second or 1-minute clips, both audio and video, preferably video, and sort them in a manner that we can just ram them into our TikTok.
That is something to talk about. I don't think that's early, dude. Well, I think we can't afford it because we're living on ramen.
Well, that's like we can't afford it, but I think if this continues to play out like we want, if it would be ideal to have someone that's rewatching or re-listening do it because they're rewatching anyway, right?
Yeah, and we're just talking like passive, like. Okay, you have free time. You don't know what to do. Like, okay, I'll make a clip, and then you get, somewhat of amount of money.
Right, and heaven forbid you do that now, right? I don't want you to do that now because we cannot compensate anyone, and so like, there's just no possible way that you should do any free labor for us, right? That is not what I'm getting at in the slightest. At some point though, we are finding it difficult to really find the time to do it, and it's really important that we do that, and it's just not happening.
Well, Dirty Deeks, Lingo, what kind of monitor do you guys have?
Why does that matter?
Well, oh my gosh, he has a 2K monitor. He's insane.
Well, dude, it's Dirty Deeks. What do you want?
Oh,
what do you expect?
That's a great monitor. No, I have an extra 240 hertz monitor that's just lying around.
Rogan, I don't even have a secondary 244 hertz monitor.
I know. What I'm talking about, they give us, 20,000 clips or whatever, and then we do the monitor.
They give us X amount of years of labor.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking labor.
Like anywhere between 5 to 15 years of labor, and they'll get a 2009 144 hertz Dell monitor.
Dude, this is a monitor that Tenzi uses.
Dude, why the heck do you not bring that thing over?
No, because you've never asked. You've never asked.
You've never brought it up.
I have 3 240 hertz monitors.
I'm in the dark. How would I know that?
Well,
Rogan is dumb.
You're dumb.
Well,
Lingo, you can make the time. Okay, I'll make you a deal. 80,000 clips. They have to be 30 seconds or a minute long. Coulter and I have to approve of the clip, and you can get compensated.
Dude, that is disgusting. 80,000 clips. Can you imagine? Dirty Deeks, don't you dare do it. Okay? Don't do it. Unless we compensate you.
If you do, we compensate him later? But like, what do we do if he doesn't now?
We can't like commit to anything. That's what's so
I know,
hard
that's what
right now.
sucks.
Is we're literally dead broke.
Because it's like we don't want. Yeah.
So I would rather. I don't like owing don't like
No.
owing people, right? Like I don't feel
No.
like I don't like that feeling of like, man, this guy did a favor. That's why I don't
No.
borrow things, right? I don't borrow anything because I hate the feeling of like using other people's stuff. I mean, like Dirty Deeks obviously does not know how valuable his time is, or else he would not be even talking about this.
Yep, very true.
Deeks, maybe you could take on 3 sucklings.
Well,
Me, Lingo, and Rogan. We can all live under your wings, and you can feed us, Mama Bird style, and we will just continue the pod through your basement.
yeah, eventually we'll have the peasant Flow State Gaming house, just a straight on slave quarters.
Oh my goodness. Dirty, you just got some groceries today. See, that's insane. That's a sign of cash.
He's got cash, boys.
I have not gotten groceries in months, dude. We're coming up on a year. So, yeah, that's brutal. And Deeks lives in Virginia. Zero ping capital of the world. Guys, what are we doing? I mean,
Let's get over to Virginia.
Maybe Deeks is the Flow State Gaming house. Wow. You have a Harris Teeter? I don't know what that is, brother. I'm unfamiliar with the term. Let's see.
Oh, it's a supermarket. It's a grocery store?
Oh my goodness, he's saying that he has so much supplies it feels like a grocery store down there.
It's a food market. I mean,
that is just Oh man, dude, hey, call us FaZe, right? And yeah, we'll make a compound.
Oh, dude, we just invest everything we have in our 100 person cult that has no loyalty. We go
just
bankrupt in a month.
Dude.
Did it finally upload? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's uploaded.
So dumb.
Yeah, sorry about that.
The thing, yeah, dude, man, I'm glad you brought that up, dude. The TikTok and just the clips in general, like,
and just
we need that so bad if we want this to happen.
Another reason that I encourage you not to do it yet, Deeks, is like Rogan and I mean, this is the after party, so we can all be honest here. We need to figure out like what our plan is with this, because
this is touchy.
We can both find the time to get that done. Like everyone has time to do it. We could do it. We at this moment we feel maxed. We both feel at max capacity, but you can always squeeze more in.
Yeah.
If you want it bad enough. And so the fact that we are currently not getting it done, it shows that, that extra hour, that extra 2, that extra 3 hours of sleep is more important to us right now. But, as we move through our lives, we may or may not figure something out that can make this more doable for us. And that may be in the fashion of hiring somebody like yourself. I just hesitate to, have you do this massive favor for us. And I don't want you to go uncompensated, because is there a possible way that we could get this done? Probably. It would just be at the sacrifice of the girlfriend, of sleeping, etc. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want you to do anything for free, dude. It's just, there's not enough time in the day. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you're rewatching them anyway, that is definitely more enticing. of a proposition for sure. Rogan, what's going on your end, dude?
Just have to edit, dude.
You're looking a little tired.
Really?
Yeah, well, I see you rubbing your eyes over there.
Hey, I'm here.
You can't hide from me.
Wow, that's quick, boys. 6,000. My bit rate's at 6,000. Have you guys noticed the stream smoother and looks better? Because that's pretty quick.
Yeah, that's significantly quicker, is it not?
Yeah. I mean, I was running at like 1,500 or like 2,000. It might not look better. It'll run a lot smoother. And maybe
Are you guys feeling like it'd be cool to do like a timing test, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, you can do it just play the audio on your stream that you're watching.
Oh wow. Hold
You're
on.
so dumb. Why are you so dumb? Just tell me.
Oh wow, it's way behind, dude.
Well, it's obviously going to be
way
behind.
dude. Well, it's way behind, dude. No, it's probably like 2 seconds behind or 3 seconds behind,
That's
something like that.
very impressive, actually.
That's very close to being live.
That's good, dude.
Rogan is the brains behind the pod. Well, yeah, that's what it's kind of turned out. to be
Everything
for
you
sure.
see, everything you hear, that's me right there.
Everything you see outside of this sexy jawline is Rogan. But he had nothing to do with these genetics, dude.
Coulter he presses the red record button and stops it.
Well, hey, I call Rogan. I call Rogan to see what we're talking about today. No answer, right? 3 calls in a row.
You never called me. You never called me.
Here we go.
I am looking at it right now.
No. I got it.
There's nothing. Nope, nothing.
So check this out. Here we go.
Missed.
Wait. It's coming. You guys see all those calls to Crixus?
Dude, that is like...
If you're looking correctly, that'll be 3 calls. Right? 2 of them at 4:05.
Look.
And 1 of them at 5:38.
Do you see that? 2 of them. That one. This is my last call today. 5:16 p.m.
Coulter Fair.
It's Master Coulter. It's Master Coulter. Do you not see that?
Oh yeah, I see that now. Well, now that everyone has my number, you dog.
Oh shoot!
You're so dumb, dude. You're
so
dumb.
Good thing one person's watching. Am I right?
Well, apparently there's 6. Apparently, dude, I just got doxed.
Get scammed.
Dude, I just got doxed. Right now, I'm gonna have all these babes just coming up on my phone.
I'm so glad, dude. I'm so glad,
dude.
I didn't even know you're thinking of that. I mean, I saw you and I was like, wow, you're dumb for leaking your like friends or your people, you know?
Hey, 541-771-7890. I wonder whose number that is. Get exposed, dude. Get exposed.
Dumb.
Get rammed. Hey, you know what, guys? Send your nudes to Rogan, right? Send those DPs. Holy cow, dude.
All right. Do you not see this though?
Well, I'm looking now.
It says Master Coulter. Do you see that? Master Coulter.
It's already too late.
No. No one clipped it. We're good.
Oh, man. Dirty Deeks, this is when he starts clipping. Yeah, I see that, Master Coulter. Great name. Great contact name there.
Do we delete the VOD? No, I don't think so.
Well, it's like, hey, I'm just going to block your number, right? So you guys have a better... Okay, check this out. You guys want to really know what's up? Check this. You guys see how many missed messages that is? Is it focusing?
Coulter, all I see is Kyrie.
Is that...
You're exposing your girlfriend now.
Oh my goodness, dude. This is why we don't do this.
Dude, later down the road, we have an amount of people who like don't like us that are listening.
Oh.
And we're gonna do something like that, like, oh yeah, look how much I have in my bank. And then
Oh,
account
goodness.
routing number, everything.
just, oh wait, you know what? Let me put in my password. Let's see here. LMTV. Dude, we're so stupid, man.
We
This
are
is why we
so
don't do a
dumb.
live. This is why we don't do a live pod,
We
right?
are
But
so
okay,
dumb.
the point is, I had 96 unread text messages. Okay, now that's a lot of messages to go unread. So I just don't care. You literally have a better shot at catching me on the Discord because I don't care. Rogan calls me, hey, I'm sleeping as I'm driving. Don't care. Won't answer. That's, of course, fake news. Me and Rogan call each other and keep each other safe. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of crazy that so many messages go unread on my phone. I'm not sure what happens. But yeah, dude, I don't know where that came from. I don't know how we got here, but
Exposing each other.
dude, just filthy, dude.
Oh.
I felt like that was a pretty solid podcast, if I'm gonna be honest, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. That was I thought that was amazing.
Dude, there was no cliff. We never dropped off.
Well, I think it was just like good info. That's what I think.
And we were just confident in what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with it, dude. That has a lot to do with it. Like, I mean, if we are just kind of more blended, then it gets a lot worse. Dirty Deeks, do you guys play games with your girlfriends or just play Valorant? Mainly just Valorant with the girls. The girls play Valorant. So,
I play a couple. It Takes Two. That's one game that my girlfriend and I have played.
oh my gosh, dude.
There's some fun games out there.
You guys are so dumb.
You're dumb. You don't even like gaming, dude.
That's fairly untrue.
Well, hey, are we dropping in Verdansk?
Maybe if you send me another text message, hey, want to play with Eric? Let's drop into Verdansk, right? If I get a text similar to that from you, which I sometimes do, then maybe we will. Jeez, dude.
Oh, all right, let's go. I gotta. Well, the thing is, I have to end the
edit.
I have to end the podcast, the stream, and then I have to like download the video to match it up with the podcast. So
okay,
because when I stop
guys,
streaming, it makes it. But
thanks for coming. That was amazing.
Dirty Deeks. I mean, what a loyal boy.
What a trooper.
It's like I want to promote you to a squireship right now, but it's like, will you be gone next week? That's the thing. Will you forget about us? You know.
I don't think he will.
Do we promote him now?
He's too far down the road. I think we give it 2 more pods, right? If he's here for 2 more weeks,
that's a lot,
dude. 2 weeks? No, it's not.
He's been here already enough.
No, he has not.
How about we get him moderatorship?
That's somewhat reasonable, I feel like.
All right, Dirty Deeks, you're currently a mod.
Nice.
This is our mod ship. This is where we test you. I mean, moderatorship, that's a lot more power than you should have.
It's way more.
Like way more than
you
squireship.
Hand it out like it's candy, dude.
No, I don't. I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
I don't know what you're doing.
No, we mod Dirty Deeks and then we give him 2 weeks or 1 week. If he doesn't, if he drops off, we unmod him. But if he keeps on going, squireship. Does that sound good?
That sounds decent.
We do need a system for this because we need a system to track, the loyalty. Because I mean, Dirty Deeks, we're looking at a lord, a knight, and then becoming a part of the King's Guard. The growth is unreal.
Yeah, the amount of growth that is available in the kingdom is pretty insane, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, you can go anywhere from $20 a year and span all the way up to a few $100s a year. So, I mean, from bottom to top is literally thousands of %, right? You go from $1 a year to, what do we say, $50 a year? You're up 50x. Like that. you don't see 50x growth. 50,000% of growth in a year.
and then we chart
nasty.
we force them to subscribe to our channel, so they just get scammed. They're paying like 5 times as we pay them $1 a year for their
dude, at this rate, if you start on our plan early, like now, you could be profitable in like as early as 15 years.
That 15 years you'll start paying for your own subscription.
Dude, just Dirty Deeks, just 25 years later, just finally gets a check for $3.70. Oh my goodness, dude.
I'm dying, man.
Oh my gosh, that is terrible to think of, dude. What the heck? Oh man. Wow. Prime Phantom in your shop?
Oh my
no.
gosh, he's been waiting so long for that.
I'm popping my Valorant to see if I have a Vandal. Oh, you lost 2K in crypto today? Let me check mine, Dirty Deeks. Just know that I am with you.
Hey, Dirty Deeks, I'm with you as well. I mean, I've gotten royally hammered. Like, okay, so guys, I start my job, a year ago. When I start my job, I'm doing well. And now at my point in my life, it's been 1 year. I am at the point I have the same amount of money as I did when I was a junior in high school. So my life, the past 4 years or whatever, has literally been for nothing. Like zero progress, downfall. It's been a downtrend. That is how my stock market's going. I'm not going to say any numbers because I'll start crying. I'll probably tear up a little bit, as they have. Like, Dirty, we are in the same boat, man.
Yeah. So I lost 2,500 today. So I'm really close to you, Dirty Deeks. That's the thing, man. Dirty Deeks is just hitting it on the nail, dude. It's just like the experience is priceless, dude.
It is.
Like you have to learn.
Well, dude, and that's
to learn.
The people who don't make it are the people who give up when they lose 2001 day. When
then
they
bail.
Think
the stock market is just a scam.
Yeah. Then they think that there's no hope. But like, I mean, I've held on some bad days. Like I've had, dude, companies go bankrupt, lost many dollars in one day.
Oh yeah.
And it's like not like the people who don't make it are the people who give up in those moments.
Yep. I mean, like Dirty is saying, you're gonna have good years and bad
like
ones.
Who knows, dude? The next 3 years we could see a fat downturn.
Dude, the next 4 months. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen.
We could be absolutely trashed on. I mean,
yeah,
that's just a risk we all take.
I have nothing in my store, dude.
Wow.
The Ion Phantom.
Dirty Deeks, I'm kind of glad to know that you're a part of the crypto world, man. That's
huge.
Cool.
That's huge. Definitely. All right, guys, I gotta run. It's been amazing. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Probably more than you realize. So keep that in mind moving forward. Rogan, I am getting out of here, brother.
All right, man.
And I will see you on the other side.
All right. It's been an honor. Guys, I'm going to stop the stream now. Like Coulter has said, it's truly amazing that you guys are here. And we do appreciate you all.
Definitely.
Travelicious. It's good to see you. All right.
They just keep coming, dude. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.